Hello friends, and welcome back to my studio. This was a really fun little experiment that I'm happy to share with you. So what I have here is a board that has had a layer of epoxy on it. It was a practice board for something else, and the epoxy is fully cured. And then what I'm putting on top of it, the colors that you're seeing here are epoxy dyes and regular mica powders that have been dissolved in alcohol. And I'm using the same sort of technique that you use when you use alcohol inks. And the reason that we're doing the dyes and micas instead of the alcohol inks is because alcohol inks do have a tendency to fade, especially when exposed to sunlight or UV rays. So using the dyes that are meant for epoxy means that they aren't going to fade the same way. And what I found is that I like using the alcohol solution without adding clear alcohol down first, which is what I see a lot of people do. And you can definitely do that. What I would suggest though is just playing around with it a little bit. What I found by not putting the clear alcohol down first is that I had a little more control and that my colors came out a little more vibrant. So yeah, I would just experiment a little bit, see what works for you, see what type of colors and whatnot that you want to use, and have fun playing. And the last thing I wanted to mention at this stage is that if you get to this point and you don't like your composition or you don't like the way the colors are showing up, all you have to do is put a bunch of clear alcohol down and just wipe it up. And you can start with a fresh canvas, if you will. And then once you get this layer where you want it, you're just going to let everything dry really thoroughly, and then you're going to put 3 layers of a spray matte varnish on it. And then here I start with my first layer of epoxy over the watercolor effect. And I'm just putting clear epoxy down in the center, and I always use Stone Coat Countertops epoxy. I think their products are phenomenal and they have really good UV protection. So once I get the center area covered with the clear, I'm going to move on to my Opulent Tanzanite on the border of the clear. And then I have just black dye epoxy on the outside. And I'm just kind of moving this around, and I'm doing a little bit of blending between the different colors, because I don't want it to look the edges to look too harsh, but I'm not over blending it so that you can still see a difference between the colors. And then I definitely want that center area to stay clear because I want to keep that effect that I put on the first layer.
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wild ones. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wild ones. I got a little crush on you.
So sadly, I forgot to start recording on this last layer. But I'm basically doing exactly what I did before. I put the clear down in the center over the watercolor portion, and then I did more blue and black, except this time the margins are a little further out from the center so that it creates a really nice three-dimensional depth to the whole piece.
On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know. House brings out the wild ones. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole night long. Be with you is like being on the rodeo. House brings out the wild ones. I got a little crush on you. Ooh, I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you.
Here we are with the final results run through. It's really hard to capture all of the depth in this piece, but adding those extra layers of epoxy really does do a lot in a piece like this. I would love to see this on a larger scale, something like a kitchen island as a centerpiece. And yeah, I'm excited to keep playing with this technique. Thank you so much for joining me, and please like, subscribe, and share.